Boatworks today is sponsored by Total Boat and Alexial Yacht Coatings, as well as supported by the generosity from the beautiful folks over on Patreon. Thank you so much. I am not screwing up my audio 2 weeks in a row, but I almost did. So welcome back, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic weekend. My name is Andy with Boatworks today, and this past week, just like last, was another very good, productive week. Now, I'm not gonna lie, not everything that I was hoping to be able to get done actually got done, but the major things I was able to off the list. So, with that said, let me bring you up to speed. So the big goal for this week was to get all of the cement work done. Now, in total, there were two areas that we were primarily going to be focusing on. This area right here, which is going to be the slab for the addition, which is going to be going up hopefully early spring. And then on the interior as well, there's also some cement work that needs to be done so that we can actually have a place for all the water and snow to drain off the tractor, you know, after it melts off, because, well, this is where the tractor's being stored for this winter. And, well, supposedly, rumor has it, we get a lot of snow around here. And when this slab was originally poured, there were no drainage, anything, you know, kind of incorporated into the slab. So what we're doing here is we're cutting out, it's roughly like a 24-inch wide by, I think it's 10, maybe even 12 feet long, that we're going to be turning into a trench with a pipe, but we're going to be running out to daylight. So again, like I mentioned, when the snow is melting off the tractor, you know, at least it has some place to go other than, you know, flooding the entire interior of the rest of my shop. Now, the person doing the work for me here is Louis Samero. He told me last night, and I'm sorry, Louis, I hate to be butchering this, but I get the two confused. I got problems. But anyways, I believe he's based out of Ironwood, Michigan, but he travels all over the place, so luckily he was willing to make the drive, you know, to do this project for me. Now, Louis was recommended to me by my builder, or, you know, the guy that's going to be doing the addition for me in, you know, come springtime. And I'm glad he did. Louis is one of these guys, you know, between he and his boys, between everybody there, they've probably forgotten more about doing cement work than any of us will ever learn in our lifetime. So he and the crew, they did an absolutely fantastic job. They did have some little hurdles that they had to run into, or that they had to kind of work through, I guess. The main one being sand. Well, actually the lack thereof. You know, the guy showed up first thing in the morning that owns the sand company, looked over the project, said, yeah, no problem, we'll have a truck here. About, yeah, you know, 45 minutes or so. All right, great, no problem. I think we're going to need 3, possibly 4 trucks. So, you know, and that was at, what, 9 o'clock in the morning? So after about, you know, an hour or two, Louis makes some calls, doesn't get any answers. Noon, 1, 2, 3 o'clock goes by, still no trucks, no answering of any phone calls. Well, all of a sudden, around about 3:30 that day, he finally got a call back from the owner of the company saying, oh, sorry, we're not going to be able to do it now. So needless to say, we gave that guy a big old fat screw you, and Louis called in some favors to another company that he does a lot of work with. And, well, lo and behold, a couple hours later, we had 4 trucks. Bang, 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 and, well, we got her done. But with that said, I still felt horrible for these guys. I mean, the sand was over 6 hours late. I mean, they were supposed to be, well, by this time of the day, I think right now we're probably around 5-ish o'clock. They were supposed to be done. Well, sand's just now starting to roll in, and, well, they still got to spread it all out, compact it, get the forms in, get the insulation in, and, well, there's still a lot to do. So what they ended up doing, unfortunately, was working well into the night. But at some point, you just gotta call it a day. So they were back, again, this is probably like 7, I think about 7 in the morning, and they are kind of a little bit under the gun because I got the HVAC, or the heating guys, coming this afternoon to actually run all the coils and get all that stuff done. So about 3 or 4 hours later, this is where things are at. So fast forward the next day, and the heating guys have been in and out. They've run all the coils. Now for here, we decided to go with, I think it's 5/8 inch PEX coiling. Again, this is going to be where the addition is going to be, so this is going to be all in-floor heat. And then everything in the main shop is going to be high output hot water registers. Now I'll get into those details a little bit more next week, because that's when it sounds like the heat is actually getting installed. The boiler's coming in, the registers are getting installed, everything is getting fired up, and it's going to be nice and toasty warm. But yeah, I'm not going to count my eggs until they actually hatch, but that's how it's looking right now. So I'll talk more about that next week. Well, today's the big day. All the mud is getting poured, and we're going to be able to turn the chapter and kind of focus on to the next thing. But for right now, just kind of going over, checking all the last little, you know, minute details, make sure everything is in place, everything is screwed down, anchored, and basically right where it needs to be so that nothing shifts on us. And everything here with the floor drain looks perfect, and the slab outside is ready to go. So right now, it's pretty much go time. So fast forward a few days, and the cement has had enough time to cure, at least to the point where you can start driving on it. And so Louis came back, pulled the forms for the drain here, and then installed these, I think are pretty sharp looking grates. Now overall, I think this is going to work out really, really well. So the pipe extends out, runs underneath this pad, and then pokes out somewhere right around and over there. Now, something I've been doing along this entire project is for every major step of something that's actually gotten completed, I've been sharing the costs on that. Now, on this particular project for the cement work from Luis Samaro, that included let's see, 2 loads of cement, 4 truckloads of sand, and then roughly, I want to say, if I'm remembering right, about 3 days, 3 guys, I should say, 3 people, 3 days worth of work. Now, in total, this whole thing came in right around $15,500. And to be quite honest, I didn't think that was high to be, at all, to be honest. Now, something that it was a little bit of an eye-opener is there is a lot more, to this than strictly, spreading out some mud, giving it a smooth surface, and calling it a day. Now, they went over, I think they had to resurface this pad, throughout different stages of the cure process. I think they had to resurface it 4, maybe even 5 times. Timing is everything on this. I mean, so there was a lot of time put into it. So hey, time is money, fair is fair. I have no problem justifying that expense given the quality of the work that was done. But the end result looks absolutely perfect. I mean, it does. I mean, they left the job site. It was whistle clean. The pad is butter smooth. I mean, it looks really sharp. But they just did a fantastic job. I mean, they got a lot of work done in a relatively short period of time, which, that's what you want to see. So with the cement work done, now it's time to kind of go around and button up a bunch of loose ends here. Now, as you can see, I still got some OSB to put up here. And something I just kind of realized looking at the calendar is I only have this lift for 2 more weeks. So in 2 more weeks, I got to finish sheathing the walls, get the outlets run. Outlets I can do from the ground, so I guess that's not too much of a deal. There is going to have to be some runs that are going to have to go up to the ceiling, across, and then back down to other walls, but that is what it is. But the big thing is it would be really, really nice to get some lighting in here. And that's going to be, I think that's going to be the next focus going into next week. Now, luckily, Josh is the man. I've got some reinforcements and some help coming up. A buddy of mine's coming up from like the Appleton area, Green Bay area. And he's going to spend the weekend, it ended up being a long weekend, to try and get the rest of these walls sheathed so that I can really kind of turn that page and then strictly focus on electrical going forward. And as is normally the case, what you think is going to take X amount of time, well, usually pretty much double that. And that's exactly what happened here. We thought we were going to have, maybe a Saturday afternoon, like an all-day Saturday and maybe an early Sunday and then be done. Oh no, we, between the 2 of us, we worked all day Saturday, all day Sunday, and pretty much all day Monday. I don't think we finished until about 4:30 in the afternoon. But we got her done, so Josh, I owe you, buddy. I owe you big time. So we got that knocked off, and then again over the weekend, Mama came out and started painting the walls. Now here, I'm not going to get too far into that. I guess we'll cover that once actually everything is done, and you can see what it's really going to look like. So yeah, I think at this point we're going to kind of have a little bit of a celebration and switch gears. And speaking of switching gears, well, looky what's fresh off the delivery truck. Yeah. So just to make sure we're not going to skip any beats, all of the lighting is in. So it is here, it is ready to go. I do need to do some preliminary wiring on these ballasts, but when I actually started hanging all this, I'm going to go into a lot more detail as far as what company I decided to go with. Kind of the whole process start to finish. It was actually pretty interesting. There's a lot more to this than just strictly trying to willy-nilly figure out a place to stick some lights. So that's probably, if everything goes well, that's going to be for next weekend, because I'm hoping in this coming week I'm going to be getting all the outlets done and all the lighting done, because next week the heat's going in. And at that point, this building will be officially done. Top to bottom, done. And well, the last thing on the list is going to be moving day. Getting to Bertram, getting the tools, getting supplies, getting everything stocked and settled into their brand new home. I gotta say, this project, it's been one hell of a process, and I am not going to be missing it when it's all done. And with that said, I think this is going to be a good stopping point for this week. So as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it interesting. And if you did, hit that thumbs up button. If you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Thank you in advance. I really appreciate that. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to leave those down below. I'll do my best to get back with you. And as always, thank you for your time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.
This has been a Boatworks Today Protection.